Now welcome to the last series of the GMAT GRE video series. In this particular video, we are going to discuss the miscellaneous examples. Up till now we have discussed about the specialized example. Sometimes we are finding the speed, sometimes we are finding the speed of the two objects, sometimes we are finding at what time both the objects are meeting each other. Then we discuss about the thief and police example. Then we discuss about the boat and stream example. Then we discuss about the animal jump example. Then we discuss about the speed of a sound or a rifle example. Now we are going to discuss the miscellaneous examples on speed, time and distance. So let us start the question number 1. In a railway station, trains are coming and going in every 2 minutes. Find out how many trains passes through the railway station in 30 minutes. So let's say this is the railway station, and every 2 minutes train are going. So there are 30 minutes, means in every 2 minutes 15 train is passing. But exactly at the 30 minutes this train is going out and another train is coming inside. So one train extra in 30 minutes of time. So total number of train will be 15 minutes plus 1. So total 16 train is passes in 30 minutes. You cannot come out with 30 divided by 2, you can say 15 minutes. No, but at the end of the 15 minutes, the 2 minutes are completing over here. So one train is already entered into the station. So there are 16 trains. Next example, a pole is located adjacent to train on every 100 meter. So let's say this is a train, and every 100 meter there is a pole, and the train is running at a speed of 72 kilometers per hour. The speed of the train is 72 kilometers per hour. How many poles the train crossed? So this is pole number 1, pole number 2, pole number 3. So what we need to do, we have to find out the distance covered by the train, and you will get the total distance. Once we will get total distance, then we have to divide the total distance by 100. It means we are going to find out the number of poles. So the train is running for 5 hours at 72 kilometers per hour. So 72 kilometers per hour, and it is running for 5 hours. It means the train is running 360 kilometers. Now in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters. So 360 kilometers is equal to 360 into 1000 meter. So that is going to give you the total distance divided by the pole is located at every 100 meters. So you have to divide by 100. So there are 3600 poles. Next, a person travels 1500 kilometers by air. If he travels by car, he can cover 2/5 of distance. So 1500 kilometer is equal to 2/5 part of the car. So if the car is one entire part, then how much is the kilometers? So that comes to 3750 kilometers. And 1/3 of the remaining journey travels by his car. Then find out how much distance he travelled by train. So 1/3, this 3750 is 1/3. So 1/3 is equal to 3750. So 1 is how much? So 1 is going to come 11,250 is the total distance. Now By air it is already given 1500. By car we already found it is 3750. Total distance he travelled, that also we will found. So the remaining part, this remaining part is the travelling by train. So 11,500 minus this plus this, so that is 5,250. So by train the person is travelled 6,000 kilometers. Next example, a thief stole the motorbike at 11 o'clock and ran away at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. So let's say this is a thief. He stolen the motorbike at 11 am and his speed of traveling is 40 kilometers per hour. The owner came to know that his bike is stolen at 11:40. So this is the owner. He came to know at 11:40, means after 40 minutes he came to know. The owner chased the thief in car at a speed of 50 kilometers. So this car is running, it's the owner's car which is running in the same direction at a speed of 50 kilometers. So both are running in the same direction. When they are running in the same direction, it means relative speed is equal to S2 minus S1. So it is 50 kilometers per hour minus 40 kilometers per hour. So it is 10 kilometers per hour. The thief is traveled for 40 minutes. 40 minutes means 40 divided by 60. So it is 2/3 hours. And it is running at the 40 kilometers per hour. So 40 into 2/3, this much distance is already covered. This much distance is already covered by thief. Now time to caught each other means this much is the distance. And what is the relative speed? 10 is the relative speed. So 40 into 2/3 into 10 over 1. So when you solve, it is 8 over 3. So 8 over 3 is 2 to the 2/3 hours. Therefore it takes 2 hours. So 2/3 into minutes. So 2/3 into 60. It means it is 40 minutes. So 2 hours and 40 minutes it takes to catch the thief. Now 2 hours and 30 minutes at a speed of 50. So how much the owner has actually traveled? So owner speed is 50 and 8 into 3 it is the time. So the owner has traveled 133.33 kilometers. A car covers a certain distance in 35 kilometers in an hour. The car increases the speed by 2 kilometers. Then how much distance will be traveled by car in 12 hours? So let's say in first hour it is 35 kilometers, in second hour it is 37 kilometers, in third hours it is 39 kilometers. This way the car is increasing the speed. So if you see, the difference is 2. 37 minus 35 it is 2. 39 minus 37 it is also 2. So this is a number series problem. So n divided by 2 under the bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So n is the last number series, that is 12. A is the first term, that is 35 because it started 35 speed, and d means the difference that we already calculated, which is 2. Now plug this number into this equation. So 12 divided by 2, 2 into 35, 12 minus 1 into 2. So that comes to 552 kilometers. Next, a car runs at a speed of 70 kilometers per hour and increasing the speed by 10 kilometers per 2 hours. Then how much time does it take to complete the distance of 345 kilometers? So please understand. The car is running at a speed of 72 kilometers for 2 hours. So in 2 hours the car is running 70 kilometers into 2 hours, so 140 kilometers in 2 hours the car ran. In the next 2 hours it increases the speed from 70 to 80 and it runs for 2 hours, so it ran in 160 kilometers in 2 hours. The total distance is already given is 345. Now 140 plus 160 is 300, so remaining 45. The remaining 45, the car is increasing the speed from 80 to 90, and now 90 he can cover in 1 hour, so 45 he can cover in half an hour. So total car is running for a period of 2 hours at 70 kilometers, 2 hours at 80 kilometers, and half an hour at 90 kilometers. So 4.5 hours to cover up the distance of 345 kilometers. A person completes a journey of 3,900 kilometers by air, water and land transport in the ratio of 1:16:2. So kilometer distance respectively. The speed of air, water and land is 20:1:3. 20:1:3. So speed distance is already here. It is 20:1:3, and the time is 1:16:2. Now we know we have a time, we have a speed. So time into speed, we are going to get a distance. So 20 into 1 is 20 kilometers, 16 into 1 is 16 kilometers, and 2 into 3 is 6 kilometers. And total distance, it is already been given, it is 3,900 kilometers. And we have to find out the waterway speed. Now, distance is equal to speed into time. So 20 into 16 into 6, that is reduced to 20 becomes 10, 16 becomes 8 and 6 becomes 3 divided by 2. So 10 into 8 into 3, that is 21. Total distance is 3,900 and 1 into 21, so 190, and speed is 8, so 1,250 kilometers by water. This is a very unique example, so be focused on it. Two candles of the same height lighted at a time. The first candle was giving light for 4 hours and candle for another candle for 3 hours. So the candle which is burning for more number of hours, it means it has speed is less, and the candle which is burning fast, the speed is high. Assume that both the candles burning at the same rate, then find out after how many hours the height of the first candle is twice the height of the second candle after they are being lighted. So candle which is lighted for 3 hours, then it is burning speed is faster, and candle which is lighted for 4 hours, the speed is slower, or the volume of the candle is high, and here the volume of the candle is less. Now look at here, there are two candles. This is candle 1 and this is candle 2. Now this candle is lighted for 4 hours, so it has a slower speed of reducing, and this candle is lighted for 3 hours, so the speed is faster. Suppose the length is half after t hours. Height of both the candles are equal to h, so this height, this is the height. So here we understand height means in our speed, time and distance parlance, the height is distance, right? So fire of the flame is traveling the height of the candles. So speed 1 is height divided by the time. Height we have to assume h, and time it is already given 4 hours, is equal to speed of 2, that is height, that is distance, and it is 3 hours. So ht divided by 4 is equal to ht divided by 3 is equal to the total height. Now we are going to continue to the next page. So candle example. H is the total height or distance. So h minus ht divided by 4 is equal to h minus ht divided by 3 multiplied by 2, because it becomes double at one particular time. ht divided by 4 means after burning height. This is the after burning height. And this is the total height or total distance. So here you have to take out h as a common. So 1 minus t by 4 is equal to 1 minus t by 3 multiplied by 2. You take the LCM and the answer is going to come 12 minus 3t is equal to 24 minus 8t. So 12 is equal to 24 minus 5t. Minus 5t is equal to 12 minus 24. Both the sides you have to divide by minus 5. So here t is equal to 2.4 hours. Next example, two persons started walking in an opposite direction. So one person is going into this direction, another boy is coming into the opposite direction. First person in the first hour walks at 4 kilometers. So this boy is walking at 4 kilometers. Second person started with 3 kilometers, and every hour he reduces by 0.5. So first he is starting at 3 kilometers. Then the next hours he will reduce by 0.5. So it is 2.5. Next he will again reduce 0.5. So it is 2 kilometers. So his speed is reducing by 0.5 every hour gradually. Then you have to find out at what time they will meet each other. So suppose they meet at a point, t points. Let's say they meet at t point, both x and y. So in t hours, x will travel the distance of. So we have to find out the distance. Yes. The distance is equal to speed into time. Time we have to assume t, and 4 is the speed of a first boy. So 4t is the distance travelled by first boy. Now second boy, what is the distance? T by 2, we have to apply the equation n by 2 into 2a n by minus 1 into difference. So the difference is 0.5, initial speed is 2, t which is what we want to find. Here t is actually n. So n we want to find out. So you put this equation 4 plus t minus 1 into 0.5, that we are going to put it here. So that is equal to 72. So when you simplify the equation, t is equal to 9 hours. Next example, a monkey is climbing on a pole which is 35 meter long or high. In the first minute, monkey climbed 5 meter, and in second minute, monkey climbed down by 2 meters. So total height of this pole is 35 meter. So in this kind of example, what we need to do, the total height minus the how much the monkey is climbing in the first minute. So 5. So 35 minus 5. So that comes to 30 minutes. Now we have to check what is the effective meter of climbing. So in the first minute 5 meter up, and in the second minute the monkey climbed down by 2 minutes. So it is 2 minutes down. So after 2 minutes, every 2 minutes the monkey is climbing 3 meter up. Are you clear? So 30 divided by 3 meters of climbing, so 10 meters. So 10 times. So 10 times he is reaching at 30 meters, and then he will jump 5 meters and he will reach to the top. So 30 plus 1, that is 10 jump plus 1, that is 11 jump. Next question, Dhoni travel 100 kilometers by train and by car. It takes 4 hours to travel. So if he travels by train with a speed of 60 kilometers and remaining by car, if he travels 100 kilometers by train and the remaining journey by car, then it will take 10 minutes more. So total distance is 300 kilometers, and that too he is going to travel in 4 hours. Here train speed and car speed is not given. Then we assume the train speed is x and car speed is y. So let's say the first equation, 60 is the distance and x is the speed of train, and y is the speed of car, and it will take 4 hours. And in the second equation, in the second information, 100 is the distance and x is the speed of train and y is the speed of car, and it will take 25 into 6. 416. It is 25 into 6. Now we have to balance the equation. So first equation you have to multiply by 5, and the third equation you have to multiply by 3. Once you will simplify, you will get 600 is equal to 8.5y. Then 600 you divide by 8.5, and 8.5 you have to divide by 8.5. So the car speed is going to come is 70.58. So thank you very much. We completed the entire series on time and distance. I request you that you understand each and every sequence in a sequence. For example, you have to start part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. That way you have to proceed. And on a piece of paper you write down all the examples, and without looking into the video for the next time, you solve the example by your own. And if you do not understand, you can watch the video, you can understand the conceptual video, and by practice it will become the neck of your idea. You will get a neck of it. So that is the main idea behind making this series. So as said, there are many examples. You can even create your own example by looking at the regular data that you are traveling from one point to another point at a certain period of time, and then you can put that information in a form of a question and use this concept and solve the answer. So that is the only way out. So thank you very much. See you next time with a new series. Thank you very much.